Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the VUFINE. This is a wearable display sent to me by the manufacturer. This was originally a Kickstarter, which has turned into a success, and for obvious reasons. You can see, at least in promise, this is what I think could be a perfect solution for many of you, whether you're operating a drone, a camera system, but the idea is fairly simple. It attaches to your glasses. You can see in this little piece of marketing that they sent me here, real life picture-in-picture, and that's because magnetically it will attach to your glass frame and then allow you to view basically anything that has an HDMI output. So we're talking about smartphones, laptops, drones, like I said before, camera systems. Instead of needing an external display to monitor what you're filming, in theory, you could use this 960 by 540 QHD wearable display to do your monitoring rather than carrying around an additional piece of equipment. Keep in mind that it does have approximately, at least based on this, 90 minutes of battery life, and the virtual screen is 4 inches at 11 inches from eye is what they're saying here. So basically, I'll let you know what that ends up looking like. I'm curious myself. The input is 720p, again, over HDMI. And I believe the retail price, it's already available, is $200 US. They also included this cable, which I'll pop open before I get inside the box, which is, as I thought, a HDMI to micro USB adapter. So that's definitely good to have, a slim port. And let's crack this thing open. Now, this I found intriguing, of course, not only because I have the Phantom, but again, camera gear. Even though that's not something being mentioned here on the marketing, being able to hook this up to any camera that has HDMI out and do my monitoring, for any kind of shoot seems like a great idea. So I think that's something that a lot of photographers are going to like. Again, if the quality is good, and being QHD is definitely a good starting point. Looks like I took some of the cardboard box off with it, but again, this is just the shell. I did already break these seals, thankfully. There you can see the actual formal packaging from VUFINE, and I believe this Kickstarter raised, I believe, $250,000 already, and that was much more than they had originally anticipated, and that's because the idea was, I think, very good. Nice packaging, good presentation there. We have the instructions, I'm assuming, right here mounted at the top. Let's take a look. Yep. So there's your paperwork, basically giving you an overview of how to attach it to your glasses and using the slim port, and also, to charge the device as well. Believe that's actually what the slim port, well, they're showing it being charged on a laptop. That may very well be its method for charging. Let's take a look. Again, the same marketing that I just shared with you. Your carrying case, because this is the Kickstarter edition. That's where things are at. And here we go. You get a little bit of sticker action here. Here is, I believe, the piece that allows you to clip it onto your glasses. And then we have, I think this is for different frames from what I've seen. I think this is for, it all depends on what frames you're actually using. That is, if you wear glasses, they do include a pair of frames here. So if you were wondering at the very beginning, Ed, how are you going to use this if you don't wear glasses? Now you know. So you do get a pair of glasses for those of you that have actually put on these before because you wanted to see what you look like with glasses on, even though you don't need them. I don't have much to say since I do need them. But yeah, you've got those just in case you're not wearing them like I am right now. I will not need these, but it's actually good in the event you don't want to necessarily clamp something like this onto an expensive frame, but that would mean getting lenses for that. Here's the actual device itself. So there's that QHD display that I will be looking into, and on the side of it, we have a, as I anticipated, HDMI port for taking that feed right there, as well as your micro USB port for charging. It'll be interesting to see if this really does end up getting the 90 minutes. I mean, when I looked at this, I said a more practical device than Google Glass and $200 US. So there's a reason that this has done well if it's been executed well, and that's because it's got much more application in the real world than Google Glass, where I really had to, I could see how it could work in niche markets, but not for the mass consumer appeal that generally, consumer electronics require. Micro USB cable right there for the charging that I just mentioned, and it included, I believe it's a micro HDMI to regular sized HDMI cable there, so that you can connect this to the headset and connect this end to your device that, as I was mentioning before, could be a drone, camera, anything with HDMI out, VUFINE will work with. And that's why they say it's picture in picture essentially for your life, because HDMI is now on your head anytime you need it, which may sound odd, but again, much more practical application than something like Glass, which cost me, what was it, $17.99 US, $1,800, something that was ungodly. Anyway, any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. Hit that like button, and as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.